Good morning. Today I am doing a BB cream tutorial. I've actually just got out of the shower where I used the Illuminate cleanser. I do have on the Divine moisturizer, which I love, and then the Glorious face and eye primer. I also put a little shimmer on my eye since I had no makeup on. I thought I could have a little shimmer to start. So I'm going to dive right in. I am using our BB cream in color Bisque. If you have a little bit more olive skin tone, I would go with Bisque. Otherwise, if you have fair skin, go with cream. This one you don't want to be dark at all, so a little bit lighter is a-okay. So I actually really love the blending buds. These come out in March. They were the kudos for February. As you can see, they've been used quite so much, but you actually just run them under water and squeeze out the excess water. So it's actually really cool. So all I do is I put my BB cream on like a little makeup sponge square. And then that way I can actually just take my blending bud, put it into the mixture. And what I have found so far is that the key to this is kind of swiping it back and forth so that it's not completely all glumpy, okay? And then just start anywhere on your face and work around. I like small circles, so I'm just gonna start here and just start to cover, okay? Now, I had a mole removed here, and that I actually use concealer for, and I've got this little stubborn guy here. Otherwise, the BB cream is really lightweight, which is awesome, and it is actually that nice complexion enhancer. So you get a little bit of color, but guys, if you're looking for coverage, then you'd want to use our foundation too, okay? This one's just going to be a BB cream tutorial today. So you can focus in the areas, you know, that you do want a little bit more coverage. That's not a problem at all. The only thing about this, guys, is that if you have oily skin, it's okay to fight oil with oil. So using BB cream is perfectly acceptable. Actually, some people would say it's better to do it that way. So please, you know, just don't get carried away, because what it'll start to look like is kind of like when you're applying makeup over makeup over makeup. Because it is tinted, it starts to appear that way, all right? So as you can see, I've just kind of blended it in to my skin just to give me a little bit of color and again coverage, okay? So I've got just a little bit of coverage on there, all right? I love that. Now, because I don't enjoy spending money and that out of something I can't get everything out of, I use what's left on the makeup sponge even. So like for this stubborn guy, I'll tab her in, and then I'll just dab in one last time to get like everything off the sponge. So if you're like me, enjoy that little trick, because I'm not about to throw away a sponge that has product left on it. Okay, but again, don't get carried away. So start out with like a, let's say a nickel size amount of BB cream on your sponge. You'll start to trial and error, if you will, about how much you're gonna need. But start there. A nickel will probably be good, a quarter's too much, for most people anyway. So start out there and then see where you're going. So I've got some good coverage there already. Ooh, how do you like my headband? Isn't that cute? Have you guys ever heard of the Paisley thread? It's a girlfriend of mine back home in Iowa. She's on Etsy, so it's the Paisley thread. You guys will love them. They stay put, they're spandex, and they're really comfortable. That was a good segue into what I do next. So I actually use our concealer as well. I use it in the color Fabulous. Again, there's lighter colors, darker if you need it. But what you're gonna do is just use our concealer brush, which is perfect. It's a great price for what you need, guys. You want a good brush to do this. And then I'm going over those trouble spots. So that one I had there, I've got a couple over here. Sometimes I swear I break out more now in my late 20s than I did all throughout high school. So I just conceal a little under my under eyes as well. But again, this one it's going to be a bit more matched up to your skin tone. See how it's getting a little bit darker? You don't want your under eyes dark, so just be careful with that. You just want to do little touch-ups. Now for a minute, they're going to look a little different because again, I use our foundation as well. So you've got your BB cream on there to give you that all over complexion enhancer, just give you a little bit of color to start. But then for your little trouble spots, you've got this concealer. And that is your BB cream and a little bit of coverage with the concealer. Again, I used our Illuminate Cleanser, the Divine Moisturizer, Glorious Face and Eye Primer. That is a everyday morning ritual for me because even if I'm not wearing makeup that day, if I'm going out and especially into the cold, that's a good sealer on your face. So I know a lot of people get those like where it's starting to flake, you know, because they're actually kind of wind burnt. So that's awesome. So I do that every day. Again, BB cream, I use Bisque, and then the concealer, which is in color Fabulous. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Definitely check out my page, Unique by Danny Myers, Lashes for Days, and I hope you have a great one.